Hey guys, Matt Bishop here, backstage at the Vans Warped Tour 2013 in Camden, New Jersey. I'm here with Justin Pierre, lead singer of Motion City Soundtrack. Dude, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How's the tour going?
So far, so good. I deduced that today is the 20th show, I believe. So we're right in the middle. After today, we'll have done exactly one half of Warped Tour.
It's hump day for you guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mid-tour. Well, how's it been going so far? You guys are having fun, I assume. It's like summer
it's really
camp.
good. It's definitely I feel like there's definitely been a shift this year, and I don't know if it's real or if it's imagined, but I feel like many, especially like 10 years ago when we first started playing, I feel like I was so nervous and scared of everyone, and now it's not like I'm not really nervous. I mean, I'm a nervous person, but I'm not so much scared of people. And you know, like back in the day, it was NoFX hosting the poker games and like all these, you know, older bands, and then now a couple guys in our group are hosting the poker games. I don't play poker, but so it's like, wait, wait, what, like, are we the elder statesmen now? Like, what's going on here? And so I feel like I'm just less nervous these days, and it's kind of fun to just be and exist as opposed to worrying if somebody's waving at me or somebody behind me, like I'm, you know. I don't know if I answered your question or not. But
no, you did, dude. We're just talking about the tour and how much fun it is, yeah.
Yeah. And it's been great getting to see some bands like the early November, Wonder Years, Swellers. It's the last day today.
I know, I heard.
It's been a lot of fun. So
very cool.
Yeah.
You guys are still touring off your last album, Go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a watch on, but I think it's just over a year now it's been out.
I can't remember. I think so. I think that
June,
sounds about
yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, we're actually working on album number 6 right now. We've been working on that for the better part of this year, and we were actually talking last night. We recorded one song that we've been playing live on this tour, and it's been mixed and it's about to be mastered, and I think we're just gonna put the song out into the universe, and eventually it'll be on the next album, but just as something new for fun. And so last night we were actually talking about when we were gonna have time to record stuff because we have a few things coming up. But I'm going to venture that the album's not gonna come out until early 2014. If we're lucky, it'll come out at the end of 2013, but just trying to find those weeks or whatever between now and the end of the year to record is what we're trying to figure out. But yeah.
All right, so it's either gonna be a stocking stuffer, or it's gonna come out a little after to shake that winter blues. Yeah, Happy New Year, exactly.
Yeah. That's it.
What is it like? Do you guys do a lot of writing on the bus when you guys are on tour
Well,
and stuff?
unfortunately, yeah, forced to. There was one year where we actually tried to write an album on Warped Tour, and it didn't go so well. And this year, so I kind of had that in the back of my head, like, we have a lot of, and it's really just me, I'm kind of holding it up lyrically, but we've got a lot of ideas, we've got a lot of songs written, and then I just kind of, every few days or every once in a while, I'll go hide in my bunk and just listen to music and try to write. And last night was a really good night. I think I finished 2 songs, because I usually get a sentence or 2 or whatever, and that's something that I've found just as, I think writing in general, and everybody says this and I'm finally now realizing it, but it's about just sitting down and spending 8 hours in front of a computer and getting nothing in return for days on end, and then eventually one day you've got a sentence, and then another few days, and then another day you got another sentence or whatever it is, or a line, and eventually it's just about showing up and letting things happen, you know, and figuring it out. So I'm glad that last night was a very good night for me, writing-wise.
Do you find that being out on tour, especially the Warped Tour, is kind of an inspiration for writing music?
I don't know where the inspiration comes from, to be honest. I feel like sometimes I'm in my house, sometimes I'm outside. I feel like whenever there's a lot of noise around, I cannot focus. I have to have just the songs in my ears and just be in that place, in the song. And I love having, over the last few years, I love having the internet so that I can look up certain words, like, oh, I need a word to rhyme with this word, or I need a sound that's something like this, and then I'll just kind of be looking up definitions of things, and I use dictionaries a lot to try to figure out, you know, a more interesting way of saying what I want to say, or if like I know I've used this word a lot in the past, like I gotta find a new word, you know. So that's one thing I like to have. And for some reason on Warped Tour, there's very little internet for us. But yeah, did I answer that question?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get lost in my
So do
answers.
I. Sometimes I forget what the question was that I asked before, and I'm just like, listen, I'm like, oh yes, tell me more,
yes.
and then I'm like, wait, did I ask that already? You guys mentioned that you had some stuff coming up after Warped Tour, touring wise. Where are we headed?
Well,
If we're allowed to say, sometimes we're not.
yeah, it's kind of like, let's just say this. It's like, I think once Warped Tour is over, if you were to go to motioncitysoundtrack.com, you can see if there's anything else happening. That's about as
Alright.
safe as I can put it.
Hey,
But yeah.
that's perfect.
But yeah. But yes, obviously we will be playing more shows in the future from now.
Very cool.
That's about as succinct as I can put it. Yes.
Last question.
Okay.
Any particular special moments that you guys have had on Warped Tour this year?
I really have enjoyed. I've gotten to play the game Ultimate Werewolf with a couple people. And if you're not familiar, are you familiar with the game?
I'm not.
It's like a role-playing game where they give you cards and you play characters like. There's like a village, and most of the people are villagers, and they have sort of certain special powers, and then half of the people are werewolves, and the werewolves at night are trying to kill the villagers, and the villagers during the day are trying to kill the werewolves, and it's really nerdy, and it's really awesome, and somehow I've been accepted into their group, and that's something that I've been doing a bit on this tour, so thanks.
There you go. Dude, thank you so much for
Yes.
joining me. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time. It's a super busy day, but
all good.
enjoy the rest of the tour. 20 shows in, 20 more to go.
Yep.
Motion City Soundtrack, ladies and gentlemen, on Warped Tour all summer long. Their latest album, Go, is about a year old now. Still in stores, so go grab a copy if you haven't already. It's out on Epitaph Records and the Boombox Generation. Have to. Namaste.
Yes.
And more touring coming up after Warped Tour. MotionCitySoundtrack.com. As soon as Warped is wrapped, go check it out, and new music. Christmas time, New Year's, somewhere around
Somewhere
there.
in
We
there.
shall see.